Status of roads and canals here in the valley.
I do have a short list of closed roads I'll go over. The following roads have been closed due to shifting and separation in the roadways. This would be Drew Road at Evan Hughes to Sunbeam Lake, Lyons Road from Austin to Brockman, Brockman Road from McCabe to Chanel, Austin Road from McCabe to Ross, and Worthington Road from Forester to Huff. And we can get you guys a copy of this list also.
Okay, thanks.
Anything else I can answer at this time? Yes, sir.
In terms of response from OES, what do you think went well, and what do you think you could work on for any future inputs?
We actually have OES personnel in the station right now, and they're willing to help fill any request. Kelly and May, they're here, so whatever request we need, they're willing to fill.
What's happening in there right now most of the time, today?
A lot of it's planning.
Planning.
We need to be thinking ahead for the next operational period. What are the needs of the public right now, and what do we need to plan ahead to help fill those needs?
No bridges damaged?
On the list. And there's still a lot of assessment. A lot of what's being done in this room is assessments. We have a lot of assessment crews out in the field right now. Public Works, Caltrans, facilities and maintenance personnel from all agencies are out doing assessments.
Has Caltrans reported any damages on their on state roads? State
Interstate
highways?
8 does have one lane closed, and they're out assessing it right now. It'll be Interstate 8 in the area of Drew, between Drew and Dunaway.
Oh, okay.
One other thing I would like to mention is that the Emergency Response Center here has elements from the variety of different cities that are point of contacts. Just for the public's knowledge, we also have the supervisors as were introduced. I believe also our Vice Chairman Jack Terrazas was, I don't believe was mentioned, but he's also here. There are folks from every city in this Emergency Operations Center communicating with fire chiefs in that particular city, taking assessment of damage and getting more information. As our fire chief Tony just mentioned, we are gathering that information, putting together a plan of action so that we know what the damage is, and we can begin assessing how best to help and reach out. The American Red Cross is also here, and they were evacuating for those that have senior citizens that may not be able to contact them because of where they were living. Some in some cities were evacuated and have been taken to other shelters. For example, in the city of Calexico, the Dianza Hotel was evacuated, and they have taken those folks to another shelter. So,
Where are the shelters?
in particular, in the city of Calexico, they were taken to a gym, the high school gym, I believe, is where they were placed.
Was there was there assistance given to Mexicali yesterday from folks on this side of the border officially?
We're working on a request to fill a small request that Mexicali had for one apparatus from Imperial County Fire Department.
One apparatus.
So that would be one water tender.
It's gonna be sent by when?
This morning. It's actually being worked on right now.
What is it for?
It carries a capacity of 2,500 gallons of water.
Fresh water.
Correct.
How many
But it's
gallons?
for firefighting purposes.
How many gallons again?
2,500.
Have they had a lot of fires down there?
Yeah, I believe they did have 6 structure fires. That's unconfirmed, but that's just for conversation I've had over the phone with Mexicali officials.
Do you have any further details about the individual who was injured here in Imperial County?
I'm not allowed to get out any of that information right now.
But there was one injury?
There was one critical injury. That's correct.
Or how did it happen? Do you know how?
I don't have the proper reports to get out any information.
Could you tell us if the person's still hospitalized?
The person is still hospitalized.
Is it a he or a she?
Elderly? No, it wasn't elderly, or no, you won't tell us.
I can tell you it happened in the city of El Centro.
Oh, okay.
There's certain laws, HIPAA laws, where I'm not allowed to give out certain information.
If there's a request for individual interviews that can be done here in the lobby or outside, I know there's been media that would like to take footage inside, and we can take you in one at a time. We have a couple of TIOs that can accompany you if you're interested in doing that. So if you want to do individual interviews at this point, we'll open it up to that. And Antonio Rajota is available, and Luis Fuentes is also available.
There's also various representatives from different cities there that you can
Correct.
inquire from in case you want to get some specific information about specific cities.